So, yes. Hi, guys. Hello, 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 hello. Let me wait for some people to actually join in the session. Okay. Okay. I hope I am here. I hope I am here. It is all going good, I guess. Yes. So hi guys, hello, hello. How many of you are here actually? Okay. So management accounting paper. So I am Aflah Zaman. I'm your ACCA MA faculty for this management accounting paper at Physics Wala right now. I'll be doing ACCA recorder classes and I'll be teaching you. Yes, hi Vasha, hi Vasha. And I'll be teaching you the management accounting paper and hopefully another papers as well in the future. And today, basically the topic is about management accounting. Okay, so welcome to the orientation session, guys. Welcome to the orientation session. I hope you guys are all doing good and everything is going fine and all there. And I am also doing fine. Yes. Okay. And now, okay. So today is the first class of our management accounting paper. Before going into the what all things are we are going to do today and all, let me introduce myself first. Okay, introduce myself. My name is Zaman. My name is Aflah Zaman. I'm basically from Kerala, Kannur, Kerala. I've been teaching for the last 3 years or something. I'm an ACCA affiliate and faculty, and I've been teaching almost 2 to 3 years in the last 2 to 3 years. And I've been teaching BT, MA, FM, PM, APM, and papers in different institutes in all across India. And right now, I am in front of you to teach you the management accounting paper, the basic, but the still a very cute, very like energetic and a very vibrant paper that is management accounting. Not a very lazy or maybe subtle paper. It's kind of a very vibrant one. And I'm also very happy to teach you as well because this is the paper that I loved when I am learning. And yeah, so the number of students I've taught, I usually don't keep account, or maybe I don't know how many people I've actually taught because I taught in offline before and online right now, and I'm also giving some recording sessions and so actually I don't have a count of just by preparing this PPT. I thought about how many people have actually taught, but I have actually don't have a count. But still, it might be very low, it might be very high, but whatever that might be, I've taught a very good number of people. Yes, students. I have been happy to help people to pass exams and all. And my most loving or maybe my strong points are MA, PM, and APM papers. Basically, performance management, which is basically the work I do. I am working as a business head in an edtech company. I'm working as a business, not like I'm an owner. I am working as a business head in an edtech company. I manage things like the expenses coming up, the revenue coming in, and the cost elements, the profit elements, the investment elements. I actually manage all these things on a daily basis. So that have helped me to actually teach people better because basically MA, PM, and APM is basically how to understand the business itself. You will get an idea more about why I say this right now while you get to the end of this session. So keep stay here. We'll understand what management accounting is. So now coming into what are we going to cover in this session. In this session, we are basically going to cover the first thing is understanding MA, that is understanding the management accounting paper. What is MA and what are we going to learn? Most of the students basically don't understand what are we going to learn before they are actually starting the the syllabus or maybe the paper. We might know the chapter names, we might know the maybe some, what can I say, topic names or module names, section names, but we don't know what are we actually going to learn. So first we'll understand that, then we'll go for the exam formats, the section B and section C and all things like that. Then the exam techniques. Exam techniques are the most important things that you have to understand even before to start learning, or maybe you have to keep in your mind while you are learning, while you are watching the recordings or the videos, and also while you are attending the exams as well. For example, studying the exam is one, and writing the exam and passing is different one. And the bridge between these two, studying and passing is basically the exam techniques. So you can study 100% of the syllabus, but still may fail because you didn't apply the exam technique. So we have to look for the exam techniques as well, and how to pass is MA with ease. Basically, we look at the things that students are actually failing, and then we look at the things that how can we actually mitigate that, reverse engineer it, and pass with better marks or flying colors or something. And now the learning plan, how am I going to teach, or maybe what are the plans that I will be implementing in management accounting that will help you to pass the paper with the first attempt itself. And then we'll start a small syllabus to it as well. I don't teach you like in a whole topic or something. It's a very basic one. I'll teach you with that. So are you guys with me? Give me an answer. Are you guys with me? So hi Anuj, hi Shyam, hi EK Edits or something, hi Vasha, and a lot of people are coming in. Yes, so that's basically about management accounting. And if you have any doubts, please ask me in the doubt session. I'll definitely be happy to help you to understand better about any paper, even if it is not management accounting or something. But specifically, if you stick on to management accounting, that will be beneficial for others as well. But if you have any doubt on management accounting or ACCA or anything of sort, you can ask me directly in the chat as well. Hi Gajendra, hi. Now, yes, so once upon a time in a bakery. What is this, right? This is basically like this is some kind of joke, right? We are here to start the management accounting paper. We are here to start the orientation. We are here to start the exam techniques, exam format. And this guy is starting with the once upon a time in a bakery. Are you guys are we in a Netflix or something, or we actually moving into some YouTube videos or something, right? But still, believe me, guys, I have a point in here. Please stick on to this, okay? So once upon a time, there was a bakery. Maybe let's take it as 1990. Okay, my father started a bakery. Yes, he was not a person who is into business or something. Like he didn't know what is business, but what the only thing he knew was to make breads. Okay, he knew to make the best breads in the industry or the best bread in the market. So he actually know that. So he started, okay, I'll start a business to do that. I'll make my own breads and I'll sell to people. Yes. So the bakery only sell breads, nothing else, some different kind of breads, and he makes it by himself. And he started by his, my father started that. Suppose it's not my actual father's story, but still, it's a hypothetical situation. Okay. My father started in my kitchen itself, or our kitchen itself. He started making breads. He started selling. So basically, his daily routine would look like, okay, his daily routine would look like morning, he will go to the market. Yes, and buy flour, buy sugar, buy any other material that is needed to be make bread, and he'll come back to home and make make the bread. Yes, that is the second step. Then what will happen after making at noon or something? He'll start selling. Yeah, he starts selling, and by night he's closed the store, and by evening he closed the store and go away. So basically, what he do that he started a bread business. He know how to make bread, so he thought I would make the best bread in the market and sell it to people, make them happy as well. So he started it. He'll go to the market, buy the flour, make the bread, sell it to people, take the money and go home or may come home. That's basically what he's do. So the only thing that he know is basically to make bread. He doesn't know the business. He doesn't know to manage things. He doesn't know to, manage money. How much is going, how much am I spending to buy the material? How much is actually giving me profit? Am I getting profit? I don't know that. Sorry, my father doesn't know that yet. So father kind of got in a confusion that, okay, what is happening here? I know how to make bread, but I don't know how to manage the numbers. So he assigned me. I am a future chartered accountant or something. I'm a future ACCA. I'm learning my first paper or something. So he thought, okay, I'll let him do the numbers. So he assigned me to manage the numbers. What do? I will record everything. For example, I have a book. Yes, I have a book, basically a daily book. I have a daily book. On a daily book, I have two columns like this. I have two columns like this, and in one column, I will always record my expenses on a daily basis. That might come from, if there is any salaries being paid, if there's a material, flour, sugar, or any other liquid or something that we buy for that to make the bread, and also things like that. So basically, we look at the expenses. And then at the second part of the second column, we look at the revenue. Revenue basically means what are we getting after selling the product? What are we getting after selling the bread? So what do? The only job I have right now is to maintain a book. Every day, whenever my father sells something, I have to record that as I sold $5 of bread or something. And then whenever my father spent on buying the materials or paying somebody, any supplier or something, I have to record that. So that is my duty. And at the end of the month or end of the year, at the end of the month or at the end of the year, I'll basically sum it up. Okay, I'll sum everything, every expenses and every revenue, and make a report. I'll make a report and I'll give to my father. Okay, see, father, for the past 1 month, we have made suppose 70,000 rupees of profit, or maybe 40,000 rupees or of cost or something. So basically, what are we doing? We have what am I doing? I recorded. I just followed my father. I recorded every expenses and revenue that is coming into my account, or maybe my father's shop. I recorded that and gave him a report. Right. So that's basically my do. I keep two columns: expenses and revenue. Basically, I do two columns, maintain two columns, expenses and revenue. Every rupee that went out of the bakery, I record that as expenses, and every rupee that come into the company, I record as a revenue. Right. So, and at the end of the month or end of the year, I sum all this up and make a report. Or maybe give a total sum to my father that this is the how much profit or the revenue or the cost that I have incurred in the last 1 month or something. Yes, got the point? Are we in the story? Are we guys in the story, guys? Please respond. Are we guys in the story? Now, the maybe 10 years or something closed. The bakery, the bread, people loved it. So people need more. So we expanded. We hired people. We started making a lot of breads. So my father is thinking of, okay, I should expand this. I should actually make this my business. I should make this my earning actual income. I should take it into the actual income or something. For that, at that point, my father had some doubts. Okay, he's trying to expand. He's trying to grow the business. He's trying to make more money out of the bread business or the bakery business. So at that point, my father have some doubts. For example, first one, which bread is giving me highest profit? For example, we give 4 or 5 of varieties of breads, and which one is actually giving us profit? He, always think about that, right? Now, can we increase the price of the best seller without losing the customers? Basically, I'm thinking, okay, can we increase the price? We sold it so far for 10 rupees. Can we sell it for 20 or maybe 30? Right? Should we open a new store in next city? See, he's actually trying to grow, right? So should we open a new store? Where exactly can we reduce the cost? Right? Where exactly can I reduce the cost of the bread or something? How much money will we need to next year for the run the bakery? How much money do I need to make more money next year? How much money will I need to run the business next year? Are we actually meeting the target set last month? For example, are we on profit actually? Things like the questions are coming up to my father's mind. So he came to me and asked, like, are we actually making profit? Yes. I said, yeah, okay, you can see the report. Are we? Yes, we are making profit. Can we increase the price? I said, I don't know that, because I only record. I record whatever happened in the business. I don't know if I can increase the price. That you should ask somebody else. Can we start a business in the next city? Maybe we are in Delhi. Now we have to move to Mumbai. Can we do the same bread business in Mumbai? I say, look, see, father, don't ask me that, dad. Don't ask me that. I don't know that. I don't know whether we can actually increase the price or maybe move to next city. Where can we cut the cost? I just record whatever happened in the business. Please don't ask me that. So dad was very disappointed. So he assigned my sister, who is more intelligent than me, to do like things like that. Right? Right? So he assigned my sister to do these questions, or may understand these questions, to evaluate the business itself. So what my sister did? My sister basically did was, I made a report, right? I made a report. Yes or no? Yes, I made a report, and then I gave it to my father. My sister took that report and evaluated it, understand the business, and tried to get all these answers. Got the point? So my sister is basically who? One second. Yeah, I'll come back here. Here at this point, I am financial accountant. I am the financial accountant, and my sister is basically management accountant. Financial accountant is a person who's actually record whatever happened in the last year, or maybe he basically follow my dad's numbers and record that. He's basically what that's basically what he do. The maximum he do is that he record, classify them, and give a report to father. But he doesn't have an answer for, can we increase the price? Can we move to the next city? Can we make more products? Can we make more profit? How can we cut the cost? The financial accountant doesn't have that. There comes my sister, management accountant. The basic duty of management accountant is to understand the business and plan for the future. For example, can we increase the price? That is a future thing. Right? Can we move to the next city? That's a futuristic thing. Right? Can we make more profit out of selling more products? That's a futuristic thing. So these are questions we have to find answer. Where will she find the answers? She initially look at the report I prepared, and also she'll look at the outside as well. So my sister is basically management accountant as well. See, yes, sir, I started ACCA 2027 July. Please help me. I take BT. Please tell me briefly. 2027 July. You started it, or you are going to start in 2027 July? Yes. Okay. Now, these are two different guys. Okay. These are the two different guys. I am a person who basically, I am a person. This is basically about me. I record what happened. I look at the past. It's a historical thing. I never look at what has happened in the future, what are going to happen in the future. I will not plan for the future. I'll just record whatever happened in my dad's bakery. Users are basically honor, banks, tax, law, and all. I'll come to that. Okay. Now, my sister. My sister is a person that plans and improve the decision. So, financial accountant is different. Management accountant is different. Yes, financial accountant is a person who looks at the past and record. Management accountant is the person who need to plan for the future. That's an entirely different kind of job. Right? So she plans and improve the decisions, whatever. Can we make more profit? Do we need to move to the next city or something? That is the decision made by who? That is, for making that decisions, my sister will help. I am just dumb in that questions. I don't know that. Ask me about the profit. Ask me about what all expenses I had in the last year. I'll answer. But what are we going to do in the future? That I don't know the answer. You can ask the sister, right? No. Basically, this one. User. Who uses that? Who uses my report? The report I prepared as a financial accountant I prepared, that is used my father or the bank if I have taken a loan, the tax laws and all, right? That is basically a required one. Now, management account, the report I prepared is used by the father itself or the managers only, right? Now coming into the format, this is basically keep it in a nutshell, guys. Don't go in deep, okay? Keep it in a nutshell. The format is basically standardized IFRS, and in management accounting there is no standard. In IAA, for example, financial accounting, we have set of rules to follow when we are preparing the report. But in management accounting, we can do we can make that in PDF, or make it in Words, or make it in Excel, wherever we want, whatever format we want, it is okay. Now come the frequency. When will we prepare? Management accountants prepare based on the needs. If I feel like I need a report, I can make it. There is no specific time period or something. But in financial accounting, they usually make a monthly, and definitely they will make a yearly statement. And for example, what was our profit last year? This one, a financial accountant will have an answer. What was the profit last year? That is a historical one. Past. What happened last year? That's a past one. That a financial accountant or me will have an answer. But the same question, where should we cut cost next year? Or where can we make more profit next year? We can move to the next city. We can expand the business. We can increase the price. These kind of costs I will not have. Why? Because I am not looking in deep into that. Right? So this is basically done by my sister or management accountant. Got the point? Yes. Dev, I have one question that my whole syllabus is completed for FA. Can you guide me when should I start MA? You completed your exams. You have you done the exam? You passed FA, Dev. Okay. Now, this is what your sister does, and this is what you study. What are we going to learn? We basically understand management accounting is about planning for the future. Right. My basic duty or my sister's basic duty is to understand the business and to plan for the future. We understood that. Now, what For making that happen, what should she do? For example, a management accountant, she need to plan for the future, right? She need to plan for the future. For that, what she should do? First one, she should understand the cost. How much are we spending to the material? How much are we spending on salaries? How much are we spending on rent? How much are we spending on travel? How much are we spending on delivery? She needs to understand everything about the cost and the revenue part that is coming into my company or my father's bakery. Yes. So what she do? She'll look back first. To plan for the future, she'll first look back to the report I prepared. She'll come to my and take the report and she'll read it. She'll understand it. What are the costs? Where did it come from? How can we cut that? All these things. She basically understand the cost. Okay. Second thing, she'll look at the trend. Second thing, she'll look at the trend. For example, for the last 2 years, we have been getting more sales in January month. That is a trend, right? For the last 3 years, Diwali time, we sold lot of breads. We sold lot of breads. That is a trend. So basically, she understood the trend, whatever is happening in the company, what happened in the company as a trend or a pattern. Now come the third one, with whatever she have understood from the first step and the second step, right? From both these two, she'll plan for the future. For example, she understood the business, right? She understood what are the costs coming in. She understood the trend. Then she'll plan for the future. With both this, knowledge she gained from 1 and 2, she'll plan for the future. She'll create a budget. What are we going to do in the next year? Next year budget she'll prepare. Okay. Then what she do? After the year, for example, at the beginning of the year, she did this. At the end of the year, she will look at the difference. For example, we expected to get 1 lakh revenue, 1 lakh sales, but we only got how much? Maybe 50,000 or something. She'll calculate the differences at here. That is, at the end of the year, she will look for the differences, right? And after that, where did we go wrong? She will check that. Where did we go wrong? For example, we expected to, we expected to sell 1 lakh rupees of 1 lakh, but we only got 50,000. Where did we go wrong? We'll evaluate that here. So basically what she did was, she understood the cost. She understood what if there is any trend following or something. With both these two, she planned for the future. Yes. And then after the year, she compared our plan with what actually happened and evaluated where did we go wrong. Right. This is basically what she do. For why are we doing this? Because why are we doing this fifth step? Because we don't make that mistake on the next year. Whatever we learned this year, we'll make better plans next year so that we never make mistakes again. Right. So this is basically what my sister do to help my father to expand the business. Right. And this is basically what everything that we are going to learn here as well, guys. This is specifically or basically everything that we are going to learn in management accounting. Our first module is about understanding the cost. What all kind of cost will be there in the business. First module is going to be understanding the cost. What all kind of cost will be there in the business. Second one is to look the trends, looking the forecast, maybe the trend analysis and forecasting all these things. For example, what happened in the market? What happened in the previous years? The chances of what are the chances of that happening next year as well? For example, for an ice cream business, ice cream sales always increase at the summer time and it will decrease in the monsoon time, right? So that is a trend. For that, the ice cream business will always try to sell in the summer time, not in the monsoon time. They'll prepare more material, more ice cream to sell in the summer time, not in the monsoon time. So understanding that is also very important. So that is our second module, looking at the trend. Our third module comes from we understood the cost. Now we looked at the trend. We understood the trend. Then with both these two, we have gained some knowledge, right? We gain some knowledge about the cost and all. And then we'll create a budget, planning for the future. So this is our third module, that is budget creation. So we learn how to create a budget. What are we going to create? I cleared BT, planning to give FA. Yeah, you can definitely give FA and move on to MA. I will not suggest you to actually, what can I say? I will not suggest you to do MA at this point itself. First clear FA, learn it, complete the syllabus, do the exam, clear the paper, then move on to MA. I would not suggest people to actually do 1 or 2 papers together at the beginning levels itself. That's my personal choice, but still. Okay, that is the third, fourth, or maybe third step, right? And after the third, the fourth module comes at the comparing part, comparison. The fourth module comes at comparison, and the fifth module comes at evaluation of where did we go wrong. Got the point? So this is basically what all we think. So the modules that we are going to learn in the management accounting paper from starting to the end. Everything, right? The module one, understanding the cost. Second thing, understanding the trend. Third one, creating a budget. Fourth one, comparing the actual with the budget. And fifth one, evaluation. This is basically the whole syllabus. Okay, the whole syllabus is just this. Module one is about understanding the cost. Okay, from now on, from the starting of the class, you need to understand. I am understanding the cost at this module. Nothing else. I'm not creating budget. I don't have to think about the future right now. I just have to look at what happened in the last year and understand the cost. Okay, now when we are doing in the second module, when we are in the module, always keep in your brain, we are trying to find some pattern. We are trying to find some trend. We are evaluating what happened in the last year and predicting the future. We are forecasting on the second module. And when we are doing the third module, always keep in your mind, we are trying to create budget. What are the different kind of budgets we can prepare? Third module will always be in a futuristic planning mode. We'll be in a planning mode. Now, when we are going the fourth module, we always be in a comparison mode, like, finding the differences, always skeptical. Okay, I plan to go to Delhi. And did I go there? Things like that. Okay, always be in a comparison mode. And the fifth mode is basically, okay, I got the comparison, I got the difference. I got maybe the difference of what I planned and what actually happened. Now evaluate why did it actually happen. Things like that. This is basically a small module, not something deep. We'll be learning more about this fifth module in the PM and APM papers. That is something that I have to tell you guys. MA is the base for PM and APM. Okay, and whatever we learn in MA is going to help you to pass PM and APM as well. Hopefully, I'll be teaching as well the same papers as well. But still, always try to remember that you don't have to by heart everything or something. You just have to understand these things. You just have to understand the business. You just have to understand the cost. You just have to try to understand the trend or something, and then with that, eventually you will get the answers by your own. Just understand or keep in your mind that what am I doing in this MA? I'm trying to understand the cost. I'm trying to understand the trend, then creating a budget, comparing my budget with the actual results I got, and then evaluating where did we go wrong. That's basically what are we going to learn in this management accounting paper. Now, the exam format, the exam at a glance, the most important one, right? So, see, as you can see from here, it's a 2-hour exam. It's a 2-hour exam and 100 marks in total. We need 50% pass marks to pass. And that is basically that something that everybody know as of now in any, so if you have done a BT or FA or something, we all know 100 marks is for ACCS, basic marks structure is 100 and you have to get 50% to pass. Now, we have two sections for that, section A and section B. Section A is basically MCQs. Choose from the option. Choose 2 or 3 from the 6 or 7 statements you have been given. Fill in the blanks. Give the number. Just 2 marks. Most of them are going to be MCQs. Choose between the 4 options or 5 options. But the thing is that most of the 4 options would look similar or something. But still, basically, MCQ is going to be in the section A. And we have 35 such questions. Each of them have 2 marks. So the total comes at 70 marks. See, 70 marks total here. Now in section B, it's basically MTQs. That is, we have 5 questions of 2 marks. That comes at 10 marks, right? Similarly, we have 3 questions. This one is 1 question. In 1 question, we have 5 sub questions and each one of them have 2 marks. So that is 10. Yes or no? And similarly, we have 3 similar questions. That means we have a total of 30 marks in where MTQ, that is section B. Multitask question, 3 sets of multitask question, and here 35 objective test question. Now coming into, will we be having to learn calculation more or theory more? Are we going to do more calculation or theory? While learning, okay, one second. You have to always keep in your mind, management accounting paper. Yes, management accounting paper is always split into theory and practical. 60 percentage or maybe more than, at least more than 50 percentage comes at calculation. No, it comes at theory. And third one is basic, second one, that is 40 percentage comes at practical or calculations. Practical or calculations. And when we say theory, that doesn't feel like or look like what is management accounting, what is cost, what is revenue, what is profit. Things. If you think that when I say theory, we are going to be asked direct questions about what, you are wrong. You will be given a scenario, or maybe that is a conceptual question. Theory means conceptual question. You just have to understand the cost element itself. You'll get that. What I mean by conceptual, maybe for example, okay, give you a very basic example of what do you mean, how do I differ theory and conceptual things. Is basically when I ask you about rockets. Okay, when I ask you about rockets, you can give me a definition of rocket. Rocket is this. You can give me a definition, or otherwise you can give me basically how rocket works in a similar examples, or maybe how do we use, or why we use rockets in a similar English, similar examples used, and trying to answer better. You can give me a definition and also a concept of using rockets, right? So similarly in MA as well, we are not looking for the what questions. We are not trying to answer the what question. You will not be asked about the what questions. For example, what is profit, what is cost, what is revenue. You will not be asked about that. You have to answer what, you have to answer the conceptual questions. You have to go to the scenario. You will be asked about, okay, this is the company, this company have this situation, what should we do in this situation. You have to calculate that. You have to think about that person and write the answer. That's the conceptual thing. Now the computer based exams are going to be computer based, purely computer based, not written, and it is available on demand. That is, whenever we need to write the exam, you can do that. We have to just book that 1 or 2 weeks prior. That's it. Yeah. Do you guys have any doubts, guys? Please let me know if you are not clear about something, or please let me know in the chat. Now, as I said, 60 percentage is calculation and the 40 percentage is not theory, guys. It's conceptual. Okay, 40 percentage is basically conceptual, 60 percentage is calculations. Yes. See, always remember, don't memorize formulas blindly, or don't try to by heart theory. Don't try to memorize the formula. Don't just never by heart. For example, you can just say a plus bx equal to c. This is the equation. People or students usually try to by heart this equation and will try to input that in the question. But in MA or in ACCA as a whole, you never and try to by heart the formulas. You will try to understand what is A, understand what is B, understand what is X, understand what is C. Why? Because in some question you will be asked about C, in some question you will be asked about A, in some question we will be asked about to explain A plus BX into C. So there is no use to remember the, or maybe by heart the formulas. We have to understand what the back end is about. And coming into the formulas as well, we have a formula sheet given in the exam. At the exam time, most of the exam formulas are going to be there for you. So there is no point in by hearting that. We can just click on that and get the answers there as well. Right. Now, in the bakery story, every formula has a real world reason. For example, in the bakery story and for any other story that I'm going to teach you in the coming classes, every formula have a reason to exist. Something have happened in the past which evolved us to study this. Something have happened in the past in a business that helped the management accountants to come up with new concept or something. So whatever we are going to learn in this topic, or sorry, in this paper, whatever we are going to write in the exam, the formulas and all, it have a real business impact. it have a real business impact. It have happened before in some company as well. Once you understand the reason, the formula becomes obvious. As I said, never understand, by heart the formula, never looks at the theoretical part. Always try to understand one, and making sure you understand that is basically my duty. It's not your concern. I got that, guys. Trust me on this. I got that. Because formula, I'll not teach you formulas. I'll not teach you theory. I'll not teach you, the slides. I'll not teach you the papers. I'll not teach you the chapters. I'll teach you concepts. Now, why students fail MA? Why students fail MA? For example, compared to the three, knowledge level papers, BT, FA, and MA is there. MA is more kind of tough to pass than BT and FA. Kind of, a little bit. Why? Because they try to treat BT and FA the same. Yes. Why the students usually fail MA paper specifically? Passive learning, reading versus doing. Basically, they just read the books or something. They understand the books. They read the definition. Just like they are learning some social science book or something, some biology textbook or something. They just read the book, by heart it, and go for the exam. Reading is not doing, or by hearting is not doing. You have to do the question. You have to practice the question. That is a very lacking thing for every student. Students, initially, when they start ACCA, even I have done that mistake. When we start ACCA at the beginning stage, the knowledge level, we try to imitate the same study pattern we have done in the 10th or 12th standard or something, 11th and 12th, right? That doesn't work here. In MA or in ACCA, we have to apply what we know. We have to do more question practice. We have to do more theoretical and conceptual and calculative questions more to understand it. So reading the questions and reading the topic is never enough. It always have to come up with the doing part as well, the doing the question practice. Now the second kind of mistake is a different kind of category people, right? They do marathon question practice. That is, for example, they open the question bank or maybe ACCA study hub or something. They start doing the questions. They just read the concepts. They understand a very basic matter. They start doing the questions. They will never check whether they have made a mistake or something. They will write the, they'll start applying or maybe start doing the questions itself. And when they complete the whole exam kit or maybe the question bank, they'll go and write the exam. And what is the result? They'll fail. See? For example, you cannot focus fully on theoretical or maybe reading and do passing the exam. The same way, you cannot just do the question practice and pass the exam. It should be in a meter. You have to understand the concept and you have to apply that. If you do one of these both, you will not pass. Okay. Now, third one, poor time management. This is basically something that every student face, or maybe in every paper from knowledge level to professional level. Every faculties, every orientation say about poor time management. Basically, we have 100 marks question, right? How many minutes do we have? How many hours? 2 hours. 2 hours is basically how many minutes? 120 minutes. Yes. So for 1 mark, we have 1.2 minutes. 1.2 minutes for 1 mark. So for a 2 mark question, we have a maximum of 2.4 minutes to spend. At some point, students will need more time to do a 2 mark question, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 4 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. They'll spend 5 to 10 minutes in one question, which only give you 2 marks, and they waste a lot of time. They don't have time to do the last questions. They'll always face never completing the exam fully and failing. So you have to manage the time. How to manage it? You will learn it while we are going through the syllabus. Skipping syllabus areas. This is a very big mistake that students do. And I have been trying to, helping or maybe requesting my students not to do that. But there's always somebody who actually does that. Or maybe we all have that. There are big chapters and small chapters. Big names and small names in the syllabus itself. What students do is that they spend more time on the big chapters and completely neglect the small chapters. And with their unlucky, unfortunately, they being unlucky, 2 or 3 or 4 questions come from small syllabus areas. That means they are going to fail. So never skip the areas, whatever that could be. You spend more time in the big topics and all. That is good. That is valuable. That is justified. But you should never neglect the small syllabus areas. Now, weak foundational logic. That is basically what I said. The concept of cost, the concept of creating a budget, the concept of finding the differences, concept of evaluating the business. We have to make the base very clear. Give that to me, I can take care of that. Misinterpreting the requirement. Basically, for example, the question asked about how much differences do we have from Delhi to Mumbai. How many kilometers are there from Delhi to Mumbai? And I start writing about Delhi is in North India or something. Delhi is a very good city or something. The requirement asked a different question, and I wrote a different answer. Right. So in misinterpreting the requirement is also a big mistake. And all this weak foundational logic, misinterpreting the requirements, poor time management. How can we actually tackle that? We cannot tackle that in one day. There is no point me saying, teaching to you or maybe telling you that this is going to be what happening in the MA or you have to take care of this. No, I'll help you do that in while I'm teaching you through the videos or something. Or in the coming classes, you will see me managing my time. You will see me understanding the requirement. You will see me making the foundational logic better, clearer for you than any other topic. With that, you can pass. So that part is basically with me. And learning without a plan is the biggest mistake as well. Learning big without a plan. That is, we just watch all the classes and then start learning. We'll go from first chapter to the last chapter and we'll do all the question and write the exam. That doesn't work for ACCA as well. For ACCA, you have to have a clear plan. Where should we spend more time? Which topic we should spend more time? Which topic you should not spend more time? Which topic you should learn from the concept? Which topic we can actually learn the formula and go write the exam? We have a plan. We need to have a plan. And creating that plan after the end of the syllabus also comes to me. So I just want to tell you, and the exam technique, how to actually pass. That's basically the reverse engineering. Time management in the exam. This is not something a one-day thing. That's basically what we always have misunderstood about ACCA exams. We always say, I didn't get time. So we'll try to get the time at the day of exam. No, time management in exam is basically a process that we try to do while we are learning as well. Believe me. Read requirement first. Whenever we are doing the exam, these are the basic examining techniques. We have more exam techniques coming in at the end of the session, not in the orientation, guys. There is no point in giving you exam techniques in the orientation. You have to go back. You have to go at the last syllabus. After completing all the syllabus, I'll give you exam techniques for each syllabus, each subject, each topic itself. Okay. First thing is read. Second one is read requirement first. That is, you have to read the requirement first and then to go to the question. You should, for example, you will have a scenario and have a requirement. This is basically a requirement. You should start reading the question from here, then go back to here. You should never start from here. Got the point? Now, objective test trap, look for the worst option. This is basically another exam techniques. For example, there is a question and we have four options and we don't know the answer. We kind of know the topic, we kind of know the concept, but we don't know the actual answer. So for that, on that kind of question, what do? We look for the worst options. For example, answer D or maybe the option D. There is no way that option D is going to be correct. So we'll eliminate that. Then we have three options. Out of these three, which one can be wrong? We are not looking for the right answer. We are looking for the wrong answers. A is wrong. So we'll cancel that one as well. So we have two. So what we have done here is basically elimination technique. For every question that we have, if you don't know the proper answer, if you are not confident, if you have a conceptual idea, but we don't know the actual answer, what do? We basically look for the worst answers first. We'll eliminate whatever the worst answers are, and we'll eventually get into the right answer. It is a working method in ACCA, specifically in MA. I'll prove that you at end of the sessions. Never leave a question blank. Always try to do the question completely and write down, at least click on something. Somehow you get lucky to get the answer right. And in MTQ session question, that is the 10 mark questions, right? The 10 mark question, this is your scoring engine for me. In my teaching style, section B is your scoring technique. Section B is your scoring engine. Why do I say that? Section B is the scoring engine. Why do I say that? Because we have one scenario and 5 questions for that. Okay, for every MCQ we have different scenarios, yes or no? Different company, different scenarios, different question, different requirement. But in section B we have one scenario, one company, and 5 questions beyond that. So for the whenever we read, if we manage our time properly, if we put forward a plan of reading the section B questions, we have to read the question in a flow. We have to put in a plan of reading the question. We have to follow a plan for section B. If you follow that plan, you will have easy marks in section B because we have only one scenario. Understand the scenario, you got 10 marks at one time, and that takes less time than usual, right? So for me, in my teaching style, your section B is your scoring engine. How are we going to do that? That will do in the section. Please believe me. I'm just making you sure that you understand what is MA, right? Now, you may have walked all your life, but to cross a river, you must learn to swim. This is a statement that I talk, which I say to students in different, this is a statement that I, tell to my students in every session or every class or each orientation for any paper, because it's always important. You might have passed your 10th standard or 12th standard with 98 or 99 for 100% of the marks, but to pass ACCA is different. You may have passed your 12th exams with only, or maybe 11th or 12th or 10th exam with only 50%, but you can still pass MA. Why? Because it's different. Whatever you have done so far is walking, and ACCA is basically swimming. Or in ACCA itself, PT, FA might be walking, and MA you have to treat it like swimming. You have to treat it like a different activity, then only you will pass. Never try to do the same study methods that you have done for BT and FA as well. Because in BT, you are understanding the business. In FA, you are recording whatever happened in the past. First, in BT, you understood the business. Then in FA, you understood to record whatever happened in the past. But in management accounting, you're planning for the future. That is not the same. The exam techniques, the exam formats, the questions, the way of questions are being asked, the options, the things, everything changes at any set of time, any given time. Got the point, guys? Now, my teaching method. My teaching method always follows 3 ways. For example, every video that you see from now on will have 3 options, or maybe 3 3 modules in every video, or maybe in every topic we have 3 modules or something. First one is a story. I'll always start with a story. Similarly, when I started with the bakery story in the class today, I'll always start with a story. Okay, I'll make you understand the concept about what are we going to learn in the MA. I made you understand what are we going to understand the management account, what are the basic duties, what a management accountant do, and then I try to explain that with the bakery example. Then I'll do the exam level question. So I'll always start with the story, then make you understand the concept, and then do the question practice. That's basically the format that I teach. For example, if I'm going to teach you materials, the accounting for materials chapter, I'll always start with the story. Then inside the chapter itself, you will have 4 or 5 or 6 stories coming up based on the topics. So always expect new stories whenever we start a new chapter. I always get complaints like, we are actually, on some days we are inside Netflix, or some days we are inside Apple, inside Microsoft, inside Zomato, inside a bakery, inside a textiles business, inside a maybe a pharmaceutical business. So we'll be feeling ourselves doing actual business, understanding the business, and doing the numbers as well. So we'll always be trying to be in a business and do the answers there, rather than being try to do the answers by our own. Okay, so this is basically real relatable scenario to the contest, definitions, formulas, and logic connecting to the story, and then we will do the exam format questions. And in every session, you will find a scenario or a story set of context, step-by-step formula breakdown. Like how are we going to, not formula breakdown, the step-by-step calculative breakdown, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. 5 to 7 exam style worked questions solved on live stream. This is basically at the last. At last, we'll do 5 or to 7 or maybe more than that exam style question. And in between the sessions, or maybe after 30 minutes, I'll do some, basic quiz kind of questions or maybe understand level questions. And at the end of the session, I'll be doing what exam style worked questions as well. Now, a common mistakes exam trap mentioned. For example, wherever a topic I'm starting a new topic, when I give you a story and after I gave you the concept, there will always be a point of exam traps that where students always go wrong, which I have understood from my past experience. I have recorded that and I have given in the slides as well. Now, the session summary, 30 or 60 seconds key takeaways at the last of the class. Practice set of questions after the session. You will be given set of questions to practice at the end of the session so that you get a proper flow until the end. Now, is there any comment with the session? 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Now, your session protocol, what do you have to do after each session or each videos? Write 3 things you learned and your own words, not in syllabus. Why are we doing it? For example, after you completed one chapter, you have to write down what you have learned in your own words. Whatever you have learned in this chapter, whatever things, your examples used, your own examples, what examples I used, things I have told you in the class, things you have to take care while you are doing the exams, things that I told you while I am practicing the exam questions. So write it down by yourself, at least 3. Always attend the question before I do. Be dumb first. That is, when I show the screen, when I show a question in the screen, you stop the video, watch it yourself, and then watch me doing it. Be dumb first. For example, make the mistake first. Don't wait for me to do the questions. Do it yourself and then start watching the videos again. Never ever start with, I'll always ask you to, for example, I know you will not know how to do the answer, but you still try it. Why? Why are we actually following that format? Why are we actually following that format? Because this is basically we training ourselves for the exam. We in exams as well, we have never seen that question before. There is nobody to help us. So we have to create a critical thinking, habit to approach your exams. However, whatever tough questions you have in your in front of your screen, you have to attend that. You have to somehow get the answers for that. Yes, for that you have to attend your questions before I do while I'm teaching the class. Attending the practice set before checking the answers. Similarly, when you are actually doing the practice questions or maybe the homework question, you have to basically understand that as well. Okay. Now, update your formula sheet for the module. For example, after each session, you have to keep a formula sheet of your own. A formula sheet, a paper, or maybe a last page of your book, a formula sheet. After completing a topic, we learned a new formula, you write it down. Okay. Try to find your own examples for every topic. Always try to find your own examples for every topic. I'll give you examples, but you try to find your own example in the topic. Now, how to study MA? What the learning plan? What are we going to do? Be with me is basically the phase 1. While you are reading the or maybe watching the recording or something, be with me. Watch the videos in the order. Always follow the order, right? Do the homeworks. Write down what you learned and keep a journal. That's basically what I said. Always write down what you learned here as well. And then do the intermediary exams. For example, there will be some exams given to you in between the subjects or maybe the topics. And after completing one module or something, you do that. You do the homeworks, you do the intermediary exams. Keep a formula sheet, as I said. Keep a formula sheet of your own. And most importantly, trust me, guys. That is, at some point, you might feel that I'm not getting this. At some point, you might feeling like the sir is talking about a lot of things. I'm not following. I'm not getting this. I don't have 100% confidence in this topic. But never stop there. Always trust me. I have a plan. I've been doing this for years. I know how to articulate the subjects. I am following a plan here. So always try to trust me on this. Even if you are not confident in a topic, you will get that. The unconnected dots will connect at the end. We will be connecting the dots at the end of the session. So always be on the loop of watching the recordings and learning. Never stop. Most importantly, trust me, guys. Trust me on this. You will pass. I take care of that. Now, study materials I am going to give. You will have the slides. Basically, the slides I'll teach. Or the slides will have stories there, examples used, exam traps, mistakes you might make, questions, understanding question, quizzes, exam style questions, everything there. That's basically you just follow the slides, you can pass the exams as well. Now I'll give you a formula sheet, but I'll only give you the formula sheet at end of the session, or maybe the end of total classes, end of syllabus. You have a PW question bank. For every chapter, you might be having 30 to 35 questions in PW question bank. You already know that, I guess. You will have a revision note at the end of the session. You will have a revision note that you can help you to revise the topics. If first you have to revise, you can look into the revision notes, and if you are not getting it, go to the slides or to the PW kit. Now from ACCA, you will have ACCA Study Hub and ACCA Practice Platform. Apart from this, you can follow BPP and Kaplan as well if you want. Okay, if you want, you can follow BPP and Kaplan exam kits. But basically, the exam style questions I do in the class is taken from BPP and Kaplan. Okay, the exam style questions that I do is taken from BPP and Kaplan. So you don't have to follow it differently. But still, if you want, you can follow. But ACCA Study Hub questions, the practice platform, and the questions that we do in the class is more than enough for you to pass. Now, after the session, for example, after completing the whole syllabus, what do you have to do? Start learning from chapter 1. You have to start learning. So far, you have watched the videos or maybe watched the recordings, understood, you wrote it down. Now start learning actually. Complete the PW kit. If you have not done the homework, complete the PW kit. Complete the ACCA Study Hub. Go to the ACCA Study Hub. Do the practice there. Do the questions there. Then after learning all the chapters, after doing the exam kit, after doing the ACCA Study Hub, you watch the revision classes. You will have your revision classes there. After completing the syllabus, only you'll come back to the revision. Never watch the revisions just after completing the whole syllabus. There is no use of it. Revision is basically when we learn and learn better, right? So revision is not to watch right after completing the videos. Revision is whenever you complete the sessions, complete the videos, complete the topic, you will go for the revision. Okay, only after you complete at least 80%. Watch the mock exams and do it real time. I'll have mock exams done in the class. I do the mock exams in class. You watch it and do it with me while I'm teaching you. And after that, attend an exam style mock by yourself. That is in practice platform. In ACCA practice platform, you can attend mock exams there in real time exam environment, and 2 hours time being. You sit in front of a table, in front of a laptop, and set your timer for 2 hours and try to complete the exam in 2 hours itself. That is your mock exam. And if you have done all these things and you have followed all these through in the videos, you are 100% ready. Go and get them MA. That is, if you follow the teaching plan I put forward, I give you 90% guarantee that you will pass if you follow the learning pathway. Never skip the pathway, never skip the videos, never skip the topics, never skip any syllabus areas. Always follow the plan, and that is pretty much it, and you will get 100%. You are 100% ready to be exam ready. Yes. Okay, so that's it for the session, guys. I'll not be telling you anything extra. Please believe me on this. I have to ask you again. Trust me on this. Your ACCA MA is in my hands. I'll make sure that you pass it, you understand it, you'll get the topics. Please trust me on this. I know how to teach you. I know how can you get marks. how I know what are the mistakes that you are going to make, because that is a mistake that frequently every student can make. So I know it. I have planned the studies based on the mistakes itself. In the videos, you'll see me making mistakes initially. For example, I'll take a question, I'll do the answer with the mistake initially, then I'll do the right answers to show you what actually are going to happen. What are the things that you have to take care while you are reading the requirement, the things that you have to take care while you are reading the question. So that's basically how I have planned. I have done the syllabus. I have planned the whole learning pathway. So trust me on this, guys. This is going to be the very good job, and also the business ed part. I am working as a business ed, and that is the most advanced. I feel like that is an advantage for me. So because I manage cost on a daily basis, I manage revenue on a daily basis. I plan for the future. I execute for the future. I evaluate the company and where did I go wrong? Where did the company go wrong? I do that on an everyday basis. So with my experience and my teaching, in the ACCA syllabus, you will have a clear cut conceptual learning pathway in ACCA MA in this English batch. So if there is any other doubts for you guys, please ask me in the chat. If there is any other doubt, please ask me in the chat, guys. I hope there is none. I hope you all are doing good, and everything is clear. So see you in the actual class, guys. Okay, see you in the actual class, guys. Bye bye. I'll see you in the class. Always be try to what can I say? Always try to follow the learning pathway, follow the videos, do what I have been told you. I told you to do, and also please try to connect with me in LinkedIn or something if you want. You can find me. My name is AFLAHZAMA and Aflah Zaman. You can find me on LinkedIn. Just type my name. I'll be there. You can ask me any doubts there. I'll be always be helpful to, I'll always be happy to help you on anything, even if it is MA, BT, or any other subject, or also for a life purpose, or maybe to complete any other papers as well. So you can connect me through LinkedIn or something. I will always be happy to help.